I'm Janice Edwards. This is Bay Area Vista. We're on location at the Faith Fancher Breast Cancer Challenge. Tammy Drummond is Faith's stepdaughter. Tammy, good to see you here. I am a founding member of Friends of Faith. I certainly remember Faith well, but talk about your special memories of Faith.
Well, Faith was such a warm, loving person, and once she got cancer, her first thought was not for herself, but for other people and other women. And she immediately realized that even though she had this horrible disease, she was blessed with the benefit of having really good insurance and having a loving family. And her first thoughts were for the people who didn't have the benefit of those things, which is how she ended up founding the Friends of Faith.
Yes, and when she came together, brought us together in media to bring awareness, we were all just amazed at her courage. And this walk is held in August because Faith loved to party, and this is her birthday month.
That's exactly right, and this is the kind of party that Faith would have loved. I mean, even though we've got wonderful sunny Bay Area weather today, we've still got a wonderful crowd, and people are really very energized about being here.
In terms of what Friends of Faith does for raising money for stipends for women who are battling breast cancer, can you share a little bit about what this has meant to different organizations throughout the Bay Area?
Well, certainly I can talk to you about what it's meant for some of the women who are the beneficiaries. I've spoken to several women who said that had it not been for their stipends, they would not be able to pay the rent, they would not have been able to keep the electricity on. And certainly right now, when we've got the state is cutting a lot of the monies for detection, mammograms for low-income women. There have been major cuts. So we also fund organizations that provide mammograms. And I think that's especially important this year because so many women, especially women under 50 now, are being told that they'll have to wait until they're 50 to get a mammogram, which is just, outrageous.
Absolutely is. Tammy, I want to thank you so much for talking with us. Thank you for the work that you continue to do. And what else would you like for people to remember about Faith? I know I remember her bubbly laugh in addition to her amazing dedication and fortitude.
The thing I will always remember about Faith is just her incredibly big heart and the way that she really was able to connect with people on a very personal level, regardless of who it is or who it was.
Good to see you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the morning. We are on location at the Faith Fancher Breast Cancer Challenge talking with Carolyn Kemp. Carolyn, you knew Faith well, and can you talk about what has happened in terms of the alcove that's been named for her?
Well, I feel personally fortunate that I got to know Faith as a wonderful, wonderful woman who never met a stranger, as you know. And when she started on her journey after she was diagnosed, she knew that fundraising was definitely a part of what her goal was. And in her memory then, we got to work with Friends of Faith and developed in our Carol Ann Reed Breast Health Center a beautiful alcove that's dedicated to Faith, and with one of my favorite pictures or paintings of her is in that area.
It is a beautiful painting, and it's a wonderful quiet space with a beautiful light that reminds many of Faith's light. When you are meeting women who are dealing with this deadly diagnosis and fighting for their lives, how does the Carol Ann Reed Center help them? What services do you offer?
Well, the Carol Ann Reed Breast Health Center is where all of the screening and early diagnosis and some early surgical diagnosis goes on. And it is built to give women a sense of peace and a sense of calm. And when you hit the one juncture in the center that you're going back into the rooms, that's when you go through Faith's place. And the lighting, like you said, the carpeting, the seating, it's just made to make you catch your breath and relax and calm as you go through there.
Being out here today is an annual tradition now. What does it mean for you personally?
Well, I have a little heart on that I got from Faith, and I know tomorrow's her birthday, and I've got my Domaine Chandon hat on because that was the Champagne girl, so she's here today. She is.
Yes, with us in spirit. Carolyn, thanks so much.
Okay.
If you'd like more information about the Carol Ann Reed Breast Center, the information is on our screen, also on our website, bayareavista.com. And we are back here on location at the Faith Fancher Breast Cancer Challenge, talking with Fern Green, whose company has partnered with Olivia Newton-John to let people know about a product that is designed to help women become more comfortable with their monthly self-breast exams. So explain what the Liv Geiger is first.
Yes, this is an FDA-approved breast cancer screening device, which it helps with the receptors in your fingers and feeling things that are abnormal in your breast. And it helps for women to be more comfortable with a monthly self-examination. So what we did here, just as a demonstration, in this little sponge, we've embedded a couple of little grains of rice. If you feel on here, you can actually feel the difference, and you can feel where there's a couple of little imperfections in there. So you can feel the grains of sand in there.
Right.
What we're trying to do is make women become more familiar with their body. With the 200,000 or so cases that are found every year of breast cancer, only 10% of women are actually doing self-exams on a monthly basis.
Now, why is this easier than just feeling with your hands?
Because your fingers kind of block some of the receptors when you're trying to feel something, so it doesn't give you the sensitivity that you would have. When you with the gel and the patented material that they've done here, you can actually feel it with a lot more sensitivity. So this way, companies and individuals can work with women and try to get them more familiar with their bodies. And breasts can have lumps and cysts that are in there, but what happens is when there's something that's different, something that wasn't there last month, it's an aha. There's actually a woman in our organization who was 39 years old. She had never had a mammogram done. And she's one of the women that had actually was working with us to launch this product. She used the Liv, and she detected something that didn't feel quite right. She went to her doctors. They did find that she had breast cancer. So it is
And early detection is so important because they say that 90% of the time when it's found early, that the chances of survival are excellent.
Absolutely. It's when you don't find it until the later stages that it can be devastating. So when you can, detect something different in the very beginning stages, it's wonderful. And for men as well, the rise in breast cancer in men has been increasing as dramatically as in women.
Yes. Well, this certainly is a beautiful product, and for women, I think probably for men, there'll probably be a different design if they're going to promote it in that way, but it is increasingly important, and we want to encourage everyone to do monthly self-exams. Now, Olivia Newton-John is a breast cancer survivor of a number of years. How did she decide that this was something she wanted to make sure that others knew about?
She's very, very passionate about breast cancer. Her own cancer was not detected in her mammogram, and she felt it. And she went back to her doctor, they did a needle biopsy, and they detected the cancer. So she wants to find that every woman in America or in the world is aware of their body and is using this device and using methods to become comfortable with their body and to try to get early detection and self-awareness.
Well, Fern, thank you very much. And for more information about Liv Geiger, go to bayareavista.com. So we're here at the finish line at the Faith Fancher Breast Cancer Challenge, and singer Miko Marks, who's been a guest on Bay Area Vista, finished in record time. Your first run for the race. Yeah. Congratulations. High five on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a good time out there. It was so invigorating going around and thinking about the breast cancer walk and Faith Fancher and the whole cause and everything. It just propelled my momentum, really. I ran the whole way, and I don't run. So that was really exciting.
Yes, well, congratulations, and thank you for coming out in support too, because that's so important. I know you've supported Friends of Faith with many events, and you do so much in the community. Why is it important to you to do those things?
Well, it's important to not forget that there are so many people suffering. Otherwise, meanwhile, I don't have breast cancer, but I've had people in my family die from breast cancer. It's kind of like been I won't say hereditary, but it's been something that followed through my family line. And it's just something I want to support because I need a cure to be found so I can stop losing loved ones and relatives and just people in general. So the cause needs to be taken care of. It needs to be a cure found for this disease.
Absolutely, absolutely. In terms of being out here today, you were propelled with the vision and the commitment. Yes. and the hope that one day there will be a cure. You've seen a lot of people that you know. So what are your thoughts about the community coming together like this?
My thoughts are, we can't stop. We got to keep the momentum going. Don't let the cause die, because it does take once a year that we do this walk, but we need to be giving contributions and keeping it at the forefront of our minds all year round, because this is something that's ongoing, and if we don't keep the cause going, we won't find a cure.
Absolutely. Miko, it's great to see you. I mentioned that Miko's been a guest on Bay Area Vista. We're doing some blasts from the past, so here's a little bit of Miko singing.
To the